Thank you very much, Norman. Yep. See you at the clubhouse. Okay. Cheers. Well, here I am. Welcome to the Royal Johannesburg and Kensington Golf Club, home of the 9th edition of the Joburg Open, hosted by the city of Johannesburg. What a week is expected to be. We've seen some of the big hitters already here during the day, Darren Clark. In fact, behind me, this is the 18th. Yeah, this is where the action is going to be. That's where the winner is going to be crowned. So stay with us right on SABC News Channel 404 as we bring you the updates. Well, today there was much action, but there was a Pro-Am tournament. There was also some sort of a prize giving a bit early in the evening. So let's go straight into there before we start the show right here on SABC News Channel 404. Let's go straight into there before we start the show right here on SABC News Channel 404.
Thank you very much, Tabby. So yeah, the prize giving is about to begin as far as the Joburg Open's Pro-Am is concerned. The guys are in the room and the ladies are anxious to find out who has taken the prizes. But before we get into any of that, Tabby, so I'm going to be handing back to you downstairs because our guest of honor at the prize giving is sitting across from you. The executive mayor of Joburg, Mr. Parks Tau, is with you. So let's find out what he has to say, and then we'll continue with the prize giving and find out who the golfers were and who the guys who just hit the ball around the golf course are. Tabiso, over to you.
Thank you very much there, Thomas. Thank you very much indeed. In fact, I was speaking to the mayor and he did tell me that he had a good round. And I said, but I saw a couple of balls coming next to our vans, and he said he promises there was none of his balls, but he said he had a good round nonetheless. Mayor, thank you very much for joining us right on SABC News Channel 404. It's the 9th edition of the Joburg Open. Happiness is here.
Thank you very much. As the city of Johannesburg, we're quite excited about how the Joburg Open has grown into a premier tournament. It has positioned itself as the major tournament that we have in the country. And it has in many ways set a standard for other European tour tournaments that are being hosted in South Africa. So we are quite excited that we've reached 9 years, and I can proudly say that we've agreed as the mayoral committee of the city of Johannesburg to an extension of another 3 years of the Joburg Open. So we're looking forward to another 3 years.
So I'm getting another invite next year.
I'll send the invite.
May I think, again, the importance, the significance of a city hosting events such as these. I think most of us say, okay, they come to play golf, they leave, so what? What is the significance? I mean, to host an event such as of this magnitude, European Tour standards, it's, as we know, it's a qualifier for the Open, one of the biggest championships in golf in the world. The significance for City of Joburg.
For us as the city of Johannesburg, it has been about how we position the city of Johannesburg as a premier tourism destination, as a premier events destination where people can come and visit our city, experience our city. The Joburg Open has been a great experience to both players and viewers. And in many ways, I mean, we reach more than 400 million people internationally. We've got a very large field of players, both local and international, who participate in the Joburg Open, and they continue to say that they think that Johannesburg hosts one of the greatest events, and we're quite excited about what we've achieved. The fact that the European Tour has also positioned Johannesburg as a qualifier for the Open Championship means that, in fact, it becomes more prestigious for the players, but also for the viewers. It's become much more exciting because people are looking forward to participating, and there's a lot more than, in fact, the first prize that's at stake at the Joburg Open.
Then we always ask the question here in South Africa because we know how important development is in as far as, you know, giving something back to the communities that we serve, so to speak, as a city. I know that during the week there were a certain, you know, visits to local townships. Give us a bit of a rundown of exactly what the legacy project, if I can put it that way, such Joburg Open leaves behind.
For us, there are a number of legacy projects. The first is about ensuring that we promote golf and the growth of the sport in the townships. As part of the legacy of the Joburg Open, the Alexandra Golf Clinic has been established and it's been growing. We've got a number of players that are coming out of there that are participating and that are quite excited about the sport. So from a development point of view, we can see a number of youngsters that are beginning to participate in the sport. But it's also about creating opportunities for local players. It's a very large field, so it creates opportunities for a lot of local players to participate in a major tournament on the European Tour. but it also gives opportunities because we've got a select number of spots that allows us and the tournament organizers to select players that are essentially disadvantaged to be able to participate. So it creates many opportunities across the board, and in that way we think that we can be able to give back to the players in South Africa, and certainly that we can create opportunities for emerging players in the country who can be able to take up the sport and be able to grow and prosper in the sport.
Speaking about growing and prosper, obviously the fans, the people come in here throughout the week and buy their tickets to watch golf. What has been the buy-in from them? Because obviously the field, and they help. It's good to know that Joburg fans support golf. And do they come out in numbers? What has it been like so far in the 8 years of it?
It's been growing phenomenally. In fact, the rescheduling of the date from early January to the end of March has actually improved the number of spectators that come to the Joburg Open. There are more people that get the opportunity, because when we started it was happening in the beginning of January and a lot of people were still on holiday. But now we're finding that a lot of people do participate and come to the tournament. But it's also about spectator visits and appearances at the tournament, but it's also about the viewership. I mean, we track the number of viewers both locally and internationally, and it's growing phenomenally. So we're quite excited about how it has panned out as the Joburg Open as a premier event in South Africa.
Well, Mayor, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to, we don't like talking numbers, but we have to. The prize money, 1.3 million euro, is not too shabby. So it's no wonder the likes like Darren Clark don't mind coming here. You guys invested in it.
Look, I think that it's been a worthwhile investment.
Yeah.
We're quite excited that we've got a number of corporate partners that have participated in growing the brand Johannesburg and growing the Joburg Open. So we're quite excited that the players themselves, I mean, most of the South African players say when they get the chance, they try and make sure that they participate in Joburg Open.
Yeah.
I mean, we're quite excited that Darren Clark has been selected as the Ryder Cup captain. It's really the South African flag being flown, and I think that
and he's quite a regular here in South African tour.
He's a regular on the Sunshine Tour. He's a regular participating, and essentially most of the players that play internationally continue to play in the Joburg Open and look forward to playing in the Joburg Open.
Mayor, 30 seconds. Let's speak to the people out there. Why should they come out this weekend?
Well, I think that the tournament is great. I mean, we participated in the Pro-Am today. The course looks good. The players are quite excited. We've got a great field of players that will be participating, both South African and international players that have come to the tournament. The defending champion, George Coetzee, is here, and we've got a number of other players that play in Europe and America that would be participating. And of course, after this, we'll be interviewing a good friend of mine, in fact, Trevor Fisher Jr., quite an exciting player himself.
I see him staying there. Do you play with him in the four balls?
I do, and I play with him quite regularly, actually.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. Well, should I say honourable mayor? Because in South Africa, it's honourable executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg. Thank you very much for joining us right here on Sports Live. I know you need to rush on upstairs to go, take part in the prize giving. I know Thomas is standing by and all the players actually who participated today are standing by to see who's won. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
But before you continue, in fact, before we go to a break, I'll give you some cricket news now. The South African cricket team suffered a setback. This ahead of Friday's World Cup clash against the West Indies in Sydney. Vernon Philander has a hamstring strain and is not considered for selection now. But despite the setback, the Proteas were in good spirits at training earlier today. Let's take a look at this package.